Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling Review Series 4. Specifically, this episode is the 21st of March in 1992, mere weeks away from WrestleMania 8. To me, the last of the great WrestleManias. Not to say that there aren't great WrestleMania moments since then. Of course, there's been nearly 30 WrestleManias almost since then, but this is the last of the cards that are, to me, can't miss. The first 8 represent having some can't miss stuff on at least every card except for 2. So 7 out of the first 8 have that distinction with me. But anyway, Sergeant Slaughter and the Hacksaw Jim Duggan, again, a bit of an enhancement team, not a heck of a lot going on. They do an enhancement match here. Duggan starts off, sends the enhancement talent into the ropes, hits him into the buckle, big body slam, gets him up, spins him around, and drops him like a sack of potatoes. Slaughter comes in, does a little bit of brawling. Slaughter eventually helps to get things going in the right direction. Duggan and Slaughter promise to go forward in a big way. Slaughter punch kick really looks slow in comparison to where he was even a year before. Anyway, we go to the update area and the continuation of more pictures with Ric Flair. Basically, he says Liz was with him all along. Savage wants nothing to hear about this. He is tired of Flair disparaging Miss Elizabeth, the wife of the Macho Man, and they are set for a collision course. Rocket Owen Hart in ring, actually looks like in singles competition. I don't know if that means that they already abandoned Jim Neidhart by this point, or whether he's just on singles duty for 1 week of TV. I know Neidhart was out pretty quick. He actually had a lot of difficulty staying employed. Owen Hart, still one of the best here. I often wonder what would have happened if he gone to WCW and had a bit more of a run there. Anyway, vertical suplex, drops the leg, and goes over and through. Skinner is talking about skinning Owen Hart alive in a promo, which tells me that Owen is on his own again, at least until they start High Energy later in the year. Anyway, big gut wrench suplex by Owen, and uses leapfrogs, as well as a beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. And then we see Owen go to the top rope, hitting a big splash from the top, almost like a Ricky Steamboat or Jimmy Snuka splash. That well done. We move towards the event center again, talking about the upcoming steel cage match. And Jake Roberts basically says, "This is solid steel. There ain't no getting past me on the 28th. Randy Savage says he's glad for the cage because the Snake can't run away and he can punish him as much as he wants to. Obviously, when I do these promo reviews, they are recaps. But that's the basic gist. Anyway, the Mountie and the Nasty Boys in a 6-man tag against some enhancement talent. Brawling by, obviously, the Nasties, punches, kicks, dropping of elbows by Knobs and Sags. Jimmy Hart happy that all 3 of his men are in a good position. Big power slam and elbow drop combination by Knobs and Sags, as they have done literally dozens of times, if not hundreds of times before. And they get a victory there. Obviously, we go to another enhancement match. This time, Sid Justice actually is not in an enhancement, in a bit of a challenge with Virgil. Virgil does not have the wherewithal to take care of dealing with good old Mr. Justice, and actually Virgil gets his neck broken, or not neck, nose broken, before getting power bombed into the middle of next week. And Hulk Hogan promises to avenge anyone that has been wronged, whether it be Brutus Beefcake or Virgil or anybody else. At WrestleMania 8, he says it may be the end for him. He's not really sure, but he says he's going to go out fighting either way. And then we go to the model Rick Martel, still with his arrogance atomizer. The referee scared off by the atomizer, which kind of funny when you think about it. Anyway, they go into more hype for the wonder that is WrestleMania. Tatanka ends up coming out, going heads up, and hits a few hip tosses and a couple chops before hitting his Samoan drop-like maneuver for the victory. We do a little bit more talk about WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels and Tito Santana talking about doing battle with each other. Shawn Michaels also talks about being the sexiest man alive. He has gained some good conceit. Another WrestleMania commercial and a WrestleMania report. Obviously, the double main event, which this particular WrestleMania report is sponsored by the WrestleMania Nintendo or Super Nintendo game. Look how far graphics have come there. Anyway, Master and ruler of the world, Sid, says he's not taking a backward step from anybody. Bret Hart says he's on the way to regaining his Intercontinental Championship. Basically, Roddy Piper says he's willing to fight, doesn't want to fight family, but he doesn't really have a choice. Money Incorporated, the tag team champions, talk about being the better team than the Natural Disasters. That's why they have Jimmy Hart, and that's why they have the belt. The Natural Disasters say they were mistreated by Hart, and they're going to make that right. We get the hype for Jake Roberts and the Undertaker. Model Rick Martel in a match here at WrestleMania. Skinner and Owen Hart is kind of being plugged. That match lasts, if I remember correctly. I'm actually looking forward to going back and doing all these Manias someday for this channel. But anyway, that match only lasts about 30 seconds. Undertaker out, and he has turned babyface now. Fans are allowed and I guess encouraged to cheer him. He walks the ropes, does a few punches, does the rope walk as done Jardine has done, hits the tombstone, and we are done with after a flying clothesline and a tombstone, done with the challenge of the day. The Bushwhackers continue to challenge the Beverly Brothers. They're wandering around kind of aimlessly and trying to convince everyone that they want to be friends, and we close out on that note. We'll be back with more right after this.